Hi guys, it's me Doug. There is no such thing as parallel universe. What you see is what you get. Look out into the stars. That's the universe. It goes on forever. The light you see took a very long time to get here, so you're able to see it. There's no other universe parallel to that one. There's not 10. There's not a million. There's just one. That's the one you're in. So deal with it. Um, that's just kind of how that is. Black holes don't send you to a parallel universe. That's not how a black hole works. A black hole, the condensed version of what a black hole is, and it's extremely concentrated gravity. It's it's when a galaxy falls back in on itself. That's in a nutshell, kind of, literally in a nutshell, what a black hole is. So look that up and know that when in a black hole, let's say if you were able to get sucked into a black hole in that concentrated gravity without dying instantaneously, which would happen. Let's say if you couldn't, what you would do is you would travel very fast. But a black hole does not produce time travel either. So let's talk about that. Black holes do not produce you entering into a parallel universe. That's not how the universe works. That's not how black holes work. And a black hole will not give you time travel. Time is not something that travels. That's not how time works. You can't go back in time to relive an experience or to change an outcome. You can't skip around. Although Back to the Future, I love them all. Really cool stuff. Those are works of fiction, believe it or not. Time is simply a measure of movement of planetary objects. In our case, our planet moving around the star of our galaxy, the Milky Way. And the reason why we measure that movement is to make sure that when we come to one place, such as school, work, church, or whatever, we don't miss each other and waste the effort to get there. Or some would say, waste time waiting around on everybody. We're all able to gather at one place because we've all decided to do that at the same appointed time, which in our case, that particular day, is a measurement of our rotation, the Earth's rotation. As far as the calendar goes, that is our us orbiting our star, the sun. That's what time is, okay? Time, you cannot time travel because time is not something that can be traveled. It's kind of that easy. Time is actually more elusive time is more elusive than even gravity because time is not something physical. Time does not pertain to any physical thing. Time, like I said, is simply our measurement of that planetary movement. So if you take that measurement and put it on a stopwatch and keep it going, and then all of a sudden the planets stop moving, that stopwatch would still keep cruising at that same time. Does that make sense? And so now what we've done is we have created very accurate ongoing records of that planetary movement, and we call that time. See my illustration? The stopwatch right there made you look. And let's say the Earth stopped moving around the sun. Time itself would still keep going because we're measuring it. We're measuring what would have been happening. We're measuring where the placement of the Earth would be if it kept traveling, which in our lifetime it will. So keep it cruising. So don't Scrooge that up. Speaking of time, this video so far is a little over 4.5 minutes. That's because the Earth has rotated and relocated its position around the sun so far since we have started chatting with each other. Let's talk about aliens. Okay? Now, I'm not the contrarian you think I am so far when it comes to aliens. I can tell you this about like Area 51 and UFOs and blah 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 blah. Do crazy lights happen in the sky? Of course, they're documented. We get that. Do I think they're aliens? You really don't know. Just like you really don't know what's in the middle of the earth because no one's ever been there, but we have tons of really cool theories and I love them. We have tons of cool assumptions and they're all cool, and I assume they're probably accurate based on the other information we have and the eyes in which we look at the situation. But aliens are like the center of the earth. There's theories out there, but technically, we don't have one. You can't go to the zoo and look at extraterrestrial beings of any kind. Um, that has never happened yet, but give it time, a few more laps around the sun, it may happen. The thing about aliens is the universe, and there's only one universe, there's not a parallel one. And the thing about the universe is it's so big. The Milky Way galaxy is one galaxy in an infinitely big universe. What are the chances that our planet would have the particular elements to do what we call biological life? All those elements were already there from day one. On our planet, they developed over millennia to give us what you're looking at now: human beings, water, sky, plants, animals, asteroids, oceans, etc., etc., etc. And it all came together. It's as if you took an infinite number of cards and you drop them. Would one of those stacks form that perfect? Would they land in a perfect shape to build a house of cards? Well, on Earth, it did. I don't think the Milky Way galaxy is special on its own. I think the Milky Way galaxy is special to us because we see that perfect landing of those cards. It's all about the hand you were dealt. Well, in our case here in the Milky Way, on our particular planet, and if you don't mind me saying, in our country, the United States, so far, we got it pretty good. The cards landed pretty damn good. And yeah, as far as aliens go, what I was going to say, the universe is so freaking huge. It's not that there isn't, it's that we haven't seen them. All the theories and blah, 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 I like them. Cool. There's weird stuff out there. There's unexplainable things. Is there Bigfoot? No. But is there weird stuff we see in the woods that looks like Bigfoot sometimes? Absolutely. Is there edited video to make it look like Bigfoot ran between some trees? Of course. There's everything but what we really want there to be, which is Bigfoot. So are there aliens? Well, dude, we just don't know. That's because we haven't seen them, okay? And if they're here, they're hiding out. And if you had the technology to travel through the universe like that without dying, then why are you worried about us hurting you? So if aliens are here, come out, Men in Black style, because I'm sure we could use the distraction. We could use something else to watch on TV other than what Trump didn't do, that all the Dems are trying to make us think he did. We could use something else to watch on TV. So if aliens are hiding out here, come out wherever you are, because we sure could use something else on TV. But are there on the planet Earth? Nah. Is it possible that aliens are out there somewhere? I sure as hell don't see why not. If it could happen here in the Milky Way, the way it did, then why can't it happen somewhere else out in an infinite universe? The fact that it's so big could imply that something somewhere probably exists and gets its life form from something that's somewhere. Just if we can do it, and if we did do it by default, why the hell can't it be done somewhere so far away we haven't noticed yet? Why not? It's not a question of is, it's a question of why isn't it? Are aliens out there? Not that I've seen, But to quote a good line in a movie, it's an awful waste of space if there's not aliens out there. And, hate to break it to you, but the Earth is fucking round. Okay? If you do your research and do your traveling, you will be able to shake hands personally with humans that have traveled around the Earth. Probably in a sailboat in our case, because I can't think off the top of my head who flew around the Earth recently, but that's been done too. We have observed the Earth from the moon. We've taken pictures of the Earth from fucking Mars. The shit's round. Just like when gravity, all mass has gravity. Two little dust particles float by each other in space. They are attracted. They'll circle back around. That cluster of dust comes into a ball because of gravity. Everything floating around out there is trying to get into a spherical shape. That's how gravity works. Time doesn't even have those restrictions, doesn't even have those physical properties, doesn't even have those effect on physical thing. Time has nothing to do with physical things. Gravity does. All mass have gravity. All mass has gravity. Therefore, all objects in space, if they're not spherical right now, they're working on it. When an asteroid collides with Earth, it's because of gravity, and it will join our sphere. So, mountains make the crust of the Earth rather unspherical at times. That's why you need to step back several 100,000 miles to observe the Earth as the sphere that it is. Gravity is what holds it in equal placement all around to form that sphere. It's a circle in every possible direction. Not a perfect circle on the surface, okay? It's not a planet of gas like Jupiter, okay? It's a planet of hard rock and water and things, so the crust has personality, okay? That's flat Earth people. That's for you. That one was for you. The Earth is not flat. That's not how the Earth works. It's not a matter of proving it ain't flat. It's a matter of proving that it's round. Anything you've seen or heard that makes you think, well, maybe it is flat, it's all made up horse shit. People sail around the Earth and they set sail and they go out of their dock and they turn right, and then they have to turn right to get to point their nose back into their dock when they come back, because they went around the entire Earth. There's someone sailing the Earth right now. It's actually a lot more popular than you think. You cannot convince someone who has sailed around the Earth that it's flat. And when they went to the ice wall, they didn't go into a parallel universe to make them jump back to the beginning ice wall on the other side. That's not how that works. Sorry. And is there a God? Well, science proves there a God. Science proves there is a God, and you've heard it here first from Doug Crabtree. The reason why whether there's a God or not is not a fact. Is not a point. Let me think of how to say it. Proving there's a God is not a matter of showing you facts that back God up. It's a matter of showing you. Okay, scratch that. Let's talk about science, because I'm not sure how to word that, because I'm not what you would call intelligent necessarily. Just kidding. Matter, like we've been talking about, matter does not come from nothing. Matter cannot come from nothing. That is a scientific impossibility. There is no law, principle, or even theory of science that can say or explain matter appearing out of nothing. When you see that happening, what you're watching is CGI on a movie. It's not real. Matter cannot appear from nothing. Therefore, something had to create it. That is the only option. It's not a matter of proving God exists. It's a matter of proving that he can't not exist. Something has had to create matter because it can't come from nowhere. That's impossible. And the reason I repeated that so much is because it's really that simple, and it kind of gets repeated because there's no way to simplify it more, and there's no way to complicate it because it really is that simple. The principle stands on its own, but it's repeated so often by me when I tell someone, because I like to make them think about the way I'm wording it a few times in their noggin that's made up of matter and elements and everything that's been here from day one, and it's all been put into motion, and all the cards fell in the correct spot because of God. Now, who God is to you, I know who God is to me. I know what my personal experiences have been like, and I know that I'm pretty damn happy in my faith. Here in America, we have what's something that's called religious freedom. You're allowed here to believe whatever faith you want, as long as it doesn't impede on other people's constitutional rights to pursue life, liberty, and happiness. You got it? So that's the skinny and the chubby on parallel universes, black holes, time travel, aliens, flat earth or round earth, and the big guns upstairs, God himself. The obvious question is, me personally, I believe in Jehovah and Jesus Christ. That's me personally. I would never tell you you're wrong to believe in Buddha or whatever it is you believe, because I'm not in your mind. I haven't experienced what you've experienced. But whether you think that, and I think you may or may not make it to the other side, it's not going to change anything. It's my responsibility as a Christian to set the example that I think God would like me to set. And that's all I try to do. But when you start to say that you know how it can be done is when you're losing people, because the truth is, no one knows. No one's God. So just do you. And admit to God that you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And you might like how it turns out. Humble yourself like a child, the Bible says. So, again, that's the chubby on parallel universes, black holes, time travel, aliens, flat earth, and God. You got it? Take it from me, because I know everything. And if there's anything else you want to know, if you want to know what to do, if you want to know how to act, if you want to know how to approach a situation, if you want to know if something's true or not, let me know. Hit me up on Snapchat. If I have one waking spare moment, I'll make a video on it, and we can enjoy it right here together. D Nation Live on Snapchat, one word, D Nation Live. It's available in text on most of my other videos, so check those out if you're having trouble understanding what to search on Snapchat. D Nation Live. Got me? And, that's it. So, on your way to the parallel universe, when you finally find that black hole, enjoy your time travel. Take an alien with you. And once you get there, turn around and look at our flat earth while you're doing it, okay? Thanks. Gotta go. Love ya. Bye.